Hello everyone. Welcome to the VIP group for the apple tree. Sorry I'm late. I was trying to find my transfers and trying to find a good surface to use these on. This is the small buffalo plaid. And I'm going to put that in the background with the Happy Holidays, Fall-a-days acorn on top of it. So I think that'll look really cute. And then the surface that I chose for today is our 9x12 palette sign. So it'll be kind of a farmhouse style, I guess. Project when I'm done. And I want to show you, I was out on a walk the other day and I was collecting acorns. Aren't they cute? Just reminded me of the transfer for the month. So I collected some and dried them out. I thought it would make a nice fall display somewhere. I'll figure out where to put them. So let's get the palette sign out of here. This is what it looks like. It's kind of a country farmhouse style. And it is painted. It's wood. It's heavy. And it's a painted surface. So what we want to do is wax that first. And let me find my wax. Let's see. There it is. Found it. I'm just going to be using, it's Kills Sealing Clear Wax, and it's made for chalk style paint. Chalk Couture sells their own. It comes like in a little chapstick tube, which is real nice. They didn't have any for a while, so I just went to Walmart, I think, and bought this. And that works really good too, if they don't have the wax available through Chalk Couture. So what I do is take a lint-free cloth. But this is kind of this is lint-free. It's sort of like a chamois in a way for cleaning your car. I bought this at the dollar store. So I just use these. And what we want to do is just kind of rub some on your cloth. You don't need a lot. You don't want to over wax it either, because then your transfer won't stick so well. We want it to stick, but not really hard. So just rub it on real lightly. Little hairs in there for my kitty. And then we just kind of lightly wipe it off. Okay, that's good. Now I can feel it. It's kind of a little bit easier to glide my hand on. It's not so rough. So let's see here. I'm going to start with the buffalo plaid because that's going to be the background. And technically I could cut this down a little bit, but you never know when you're going to need a big size, so I'm just going to go with it. This one I have used before, and you can see that I've written on the back side of the transfer paper or backer what it is, just so I don't forget where this goes. And then I also know which side is the back and which side the transfer goes on, because the side that the transfer goes on, these backers is shiny. I'm having trouble finding my words today. It's shiny, so that's the side you want to put your transfer back onto when you're done. I'm going to peel it off here. Let's see. Almost forgot. I'm going to bring myself up on my laptop here so I can kind of see, hopefully, some comments. It hasn't been cooperating lately, so if I don't respond to your questions or comments, that's why. Facebook changed something and I have to figure out what it is. So, on my page here. And there I am. Awesome. All right. I'm going to turn my volume down here. Otherwise I hear an echo in the background. All right, now let's see if we can fuzz this up a little bit. With these big transfers, you kind of want to pull the backing away from the transfer so that it doesn't flip over on itself and then it'll get glued together. You can get it apart, but it takes a little bit of work. You just have to put it in some water and kind of work with it. So it is possible to get it apart, but who wants to go through all that trouble? So I'm just going to put my fuzzing cloth on there. And I think I'm going to grab one more. I'm going to put this one on there. Just fuzz it up a little bit. Where all these pet hairs are coming from. Well, probably because I got a million pets. Alright, I'll pull that side off too. Alright, and we'll just place this on here. Let's see. In the corner, I think. So that the plaid is going in the correct, or it's straight, is what I'm trying to say. When it's crooked, you do notice that. Okay, so that should be pretty good. Still a tad crooked, so let's, sorry if my head gets in the way here. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm just going to kind of warm it up with my hands so that it'll stick better. Sometimes even using the blow dryer helps, because some of these aren't as tacky as other transfers. We had some batches that went through that weren't quite as tacky as other ones, and they've since changed the formula, I believe, and they're back to being more tacky again. But if you have that issue, you just kind of warm it up with your hands and rub it down. That does help. Could probably even use your blow dryer to heat it up, and that helps. Hi Michelle, thanks for joining. Welcome. I'm glad you're on my VIP group. Okay, I think that should be pretty good. Now, as a background, I don't want it to stand out a lot, so I'm just going to use like a light gray. Oh, let's see here. I've got the grayish paste. I'll just stir that up. Ooh, I love these new pastes. Oh, that's beautiful. That's the kind of texture that you want with these pastes. You see that? That's just slightly runny, kind of like yogurt. The thicker yogurts that we have. That's kind of how you want that to be. Okay, I am going to grab, let's see here, if I can find it. I'm going to use my, what is that, about a 4-inch, I think it's a 4-inch squeegee with the handle, as you cover more area quickly. That way you don't have to worry about the paste drying before you're all done. So I'm going to put a couple globs of paste on here randomly. that should be pretty good, I think. So we'll get started now. I'll just kind of grab some of that paste, pull it across the surface. Whoops. A little bit more paste here. And I'm going to put the excess back in the jar. And that's how we make our paste go a long way. So you buy a jar of paste and it's going to last you a pretty long time, depending on how much you use it. Some colors are end up being your favorite, so you go through them quicker. Okay, now let's pull this up. And there we go. Isn't that cute? The background of my transfer. So I use that one for the background. Now we got to make sure that's dry before we move on to the next part. So I'm going to set that aside there, and I'm going to use the blow dryer for a little bit. Now the chalk paste doesn't take very long to dry, but I'm just making double sure that it's good and dry before I put my next transfer on there, because I don't want to peel that paste up. And it's, you can see it dries really hard within about 3 minutes or so. So that's ready. Now let's pull this one up. I'm going to put this too on my fuzzing cloth. Right on the back here. Let's see if I have my marker. Here it is. This one is Happy Holidays Acorn. Like I said, when you do that on the back, then you know for sure, you know, before you peel your transfer off, you'll know for sure which side is the back and which side is the front. And then we pull the transfers off of these backers. You want to go side to side or top to bottom. Yeah, I can see this transfer is much more tacky. Because you don't want to stretch the silk screen. These transfers are unlike stencils. They're made out of silk screen so that you get a lot more detail when you use these. As you can see in the acorn, this here, that's all going to look like, you know, details in the cap of the acorn, which it actually does have. And if you look at the real acorn cap, you see how it looks? That's very similar to the actual thing. Isn't that pretty cool? So there that is. I'm going to leave this out so we can kind of look at the colors. And the colors I chose, I wanted to go with the gold shimmer and the orange peel, because the actual Chalk Couture kit comes with the orange peel, so I'll use that. But I don't have the almond, and it comes with candy apple red. But I'm going to use bark because I think the bark will look nice for the top, for the cap, and then the gold and the orange for the body of the acorn. So let's flip this over and fuzz it up. I think I might go one more time. There we go. I'll put that on the side. And I will line this up in the center. Basically just want to rub where the silk screen is, get the air bubbles out, and make sure that it adheres to your surface well, so that we don't have any paste that seeps underneath the transfer. There we go. All right, this one's a new one. I got a tag on it. So this one I'm going to have to open and stir. And I think it's a good idea to keep that little cover that comes over the paste. I'll just stick it in my lid here because that helps to seal your jar a little bit better so that your paste doesn't dry out. All right. And the way that we clean these transfers is to just run them under some room temperature water. You don't want to use hot or warm. just kind of room temperature. It's, if you put them in hot water, it's going to ruin your transfer. But you put it in a little bit of water, whether it's in your sink or in a dish pan, and you use your, we have these chalk erasers. They're awesome to get your transfers clean. You just rub off the top side, and then you flip it over and rub on the tacky side and get all of the fuzz on there that you put on there before. And these things were great for that. Okay, I am going to stir up the brown. Or actually, this one's called Bark. So if you want to go on, if you're not part of Chalk Couture, I don't think you can purchase this unless you're in Chalk Couture, and you only get it if you're a designer as well. It's the monthly transfer. It's exclusive to Chalk Couture, but the designers also get one as well, which is included in your monthly subscription fee. All right, I'm going to get a squeegee. Dip that in there, and I'm going to do the top of the acorn first. You just glide it over the silkscreen area. I'm going to be careful not to get it on the acorn itself. And then you just kind of rub off the excess again. Put that back in your jar. And then what you want to do before you move on to the next section is to pull this part up, because you don't want the paste to dry into the silk screen, because then you won't be left with an image on your surface. Oops, I see it didn't adhere to some parts. So let's try that again. Try to put a little extra paste down there. Get that in there. And then we'll get the excess off. Okay. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then we'll make sure it's dry before we move on to the next part. just gently lay it back down. And then we'll rub this part to make sure that it's secure. Hi Sue, thanks for joining. All right, let's put the cap back on there so it doesn't dry out. Put my dirty tools on a paper towel here. I want to get my new desk all dirty. Okay, so let's see here. I think we're going to blend these colors on the acorn. See, this is another new one. This is the orange peel. Get that back in my lid. All right. It's nice too to have these disinfectant wipes on hand, because it makes easier work of cleaning up your hands. All right, let's stir that one up. And then what we want to do is, let me see, I'll stir up the copper, or no, this is the gold, the shimmer gold. So then what we want to do is just kind of put your paste down in lines. You know, working with this Chalk Couture is so relaxing. It's just a nice break from your everyday life, working, running around, taking care of your house, your kids, cooking meals. It's just like a little bit of me time. You know what they say, that crafting is the new self-care. It really is good for the soul and good for your mind to be creative. And this kind of crafting isn't super involved where you have to be like a professional crafter or anything, and you don't need a lot of different supplies on hand. It's basically the different colors of chalk paste if you choose, and purchasing some of the transfers. Sort of becomes a hobby in a way, but it's just good for your health. Then I'm going to put some of the orange in between. I'm just going to kind of intersperse that a little bit here and there. So I don't want so much of the orange to show. I want it to be kind of more gold color. Okay, there we go. The next thing you want to do is kind of drag the paste down a little bit, and you want to just kind of go back and forth with it. So that it doesn't look so, it looks more natural, I guess. It's not so perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. And this we can't put back in the jar, so we will have to throw this away. There we go. Now let's pull it up and see how it looks. Oops, I got some on the board there, didn't I? Oh, that's so cute. I love it. That turned out awesome. Oh my gosh, I really love it. Oh, isn't that cute? I'm just going to take my finger and wipe up that little spot there. Oh, that's awesome. I really like that with the plaid. Very, very cute. What do you guys think? Oh, I love it. Hi, Gina. Thanks for joining. Okay, well, I guess that's the end of this demo for today. I hope that this inspires you to possibly join our Club Couture. It is $19.99 a month, and with that you get the transfer, and it's exclusive. Like I said before, only to Club Couture members and designers. So it comes with the exclusive transfer. You get 3 coordinating paste colors in the sample sizes, which are like ketchup packets, which you can reuse because you don't need much of the chalk paste at all when you do your projects. So if you get a couple of those sample pastes, they could last you for a couple of projects. So don't throw them away. Just use a little bit at a time, squeeze it out of the packet onto a plate, a paper plate, styrofoam plate, you know, anything like that. Cool Whip top container, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, and then keep what's left in your packet. Just roll up the top, tape it down, save it for another project. So you can get a lot of uses out of that paste. And these transfers can be reused up to 10 times depending on how well you take care of them. So I haven't gotten up to 10 because I haven't used mine that much, but I just use them for myself because I really like them. So you get that, and then there's also free shipping. If you choose, when you join the club, you can add on a Kickstart kit, and that includes some surfaces and some of these tools that you see here to do your chalking. So yeah, if you want to look into it, just go to my chalk site. You'll see Club Couture on there, and you can take a look at what's included in the Kickstart kit, see if it's a good value for you, or you can buy the things separately, or you know, you don't buy it at all, just purchase a squeegee or 2. You can have your own surfaces at home and you're good to go. All right, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration today, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye.